Hello guys, 2Play here with you again, and I'd like to show you an attempt that I did which was successful but not fully tested yet. It's PlayBox version 2. It's one of my release candidates, and I fully upgraded to Buster, Debian Buster OS version 10, and let's let it boot. So everything is booting fine. This is on Pi3B that I'm using. It's not on Pi4. I'd like to tell you a few things about Pi4 too, since we're on the subject. I've tested Pi4B. I have a 2 gig version of it, and what you should know is I would suggest don't rush yet, because officially RaspberryPi.org admitted that there's some problems with the current design of the USB-C port. I have no problem. I'm using the regular 3B power supply that I have. It's 3 amp, and I'm using just a cheap Chinese adapter for USB micro to USB-C. I have a micro USB micro HDMI adapter to full HDMI. Everything working fine. I never had a problem. Boots fine, and displays fine, and no power problems. So keep in mind you need the 3 amp minimum power supply for your Pi4. Another thing that I have to let you know is that none of the current images on Debian threads will boot on your Pi4. I upgraded the threads to the latest kernel 4.19.57 and the latest video core firmware. It doesn't boot on Pi4, and even the upgraded to Buster and latest firmware and kernel still doesn't boot on your Pi4. So long story short, you need a clean Buster image, and all the images has to be ported over there. So if you want to have this backward compatibility, it will boot on your Pi4 plus will boot on any older Pi3B, 3B plus, possibly A in my understanding, and Pi2. So the other thing that I tested today, and some of you might know, is that USB boot is not supported yet to the Pi4. So don't expect to put your SSD USB cases and boot. It's not powering the case, so that means it won't boot. The existing bootloader needs to be updated, so it won't boot any USB mass storage devices from USB ports, neither USB 2 nor USB 3. So that's it for Pi4. I think don't rush yet, and RetroPie developers need still to support Pi4 as a platform, which is not the case. So that means that even if you get a clean Raspbian Buster, you cannot install without a tweak or work around the RetroPie, which I did, and not very happy, because this tweak has to be available every time you want to run the setup. In other words, it's too early stages to expect retro gaming on Pi4, but ETA Prime did some RetroArch testing. I think once RetroPie creates a fully supporting platform for RetroPie and Pi4, then things will move forward very fast. So now let's see. As I said, let's go. It's just a normal new. I'm just going to show you. I won't show yet the features. There's a lot of changes on version 2, and soon you'll expect to see a new preview of the version 2, and I think you're going to know what's already done and included. So let's exit with F4, and you can see on the top the PlayBox version 2 by 2Play logo, and then you'll see it says Monday 8th of July 5:39 p.m. local time, and we have Linux 4.19.57 the kernel, and then we have a Raspbian GNU Linux 10 Buster. And this is, as I said, the 3B Raspberry Pi. Nothing changed. You can see that the speed of is 1200 Cortex A53, and everything else running fine from a brief check that I've did. Once you upgrade on Buster, you need to compile the core packages from source. Otherwise it won't boot, it won't start, and possibly some of the standalone emulators. Once RetroArch is installed, I think the rest cores would run fine. So that's it, folks. Just a brief preview of what is done, and when I'm going to release version 2, I will release the version 2 on the latest Raspbian threads with the 419.57 or whatever kernel that will be at that day, and it will be on Raspbian threads, plus an extra one for you to test, unless I manage to test myself, and it's going to be on Buster. So you can have Buster on Pi 3, B, B+, A+, and 2. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and please support in any way you can. Your subscriptions on YouTube would be very helpful. Discord, memberships, and any other ways you can think that is great for me and other developers to continue our work. Thank you again. Bye bye.